I think we found a little gem, Fort Foster. That's where we are today. Share it. Okay, so if you know me, you know, free things are always good, right? So we found a free chair on our way here. It's nice and sturdy. We can scrub all this off. There's a little bit of paint or whatever, but the kids need, two of my girls got a new desk, and I was like, oh, that'll be perfect. They can have that for the desk chair. So as we're getting Azariah out into his stroller, we needed to also unload this chair. So now that we've spent 20 minutes cleaning up his big old poop explosion, now we're all set to do this field trip. Did you have a poop explosion? You got new clothes on and we got your turtle. Look at this, it's gorgeous. Do you want to see? You hear the birds? Have you seen it? Azariah is ready for his afternoon nap. He usually takes a nap late afternoon. So we were going to go, let me think. So we were going to just go to one fort today, and then there was a street nursing agency to come out and chat with us, and yeah, they canceled again. So we decided that we would do both of them in a day. It had like 5 minutes of sprinkles, and now it's nice again. So we are going to check this out. Look at that. Probably see my kids over there. See him down on the rocks? There was an older kid. I needed to have two hands to get down this little. It's nice. There's lots of seating here, picnic tables, low tide, gorgeous. Going around this puddle, please. Yeah, oh, there's a little, is that a little playground? Yeah, there's a little playground over there too. But the kids are excited to see that too. I do not know the history behind this, but I'm sure I will find out soon. It's gorgeous. So we were that way at the other fort, and then decided it's 8 minutes from Fort McClary to this fort. So we decided, yeah, we'll just do this one. We want to try to go to the lighthouse. I don't know if we can or not, because we could see it at the other fort, to go to the lighthouse that's actually New Hampshire that you could see. So I don't know if we're able to. I'm gonna look it up. So nice playground, the big chair. Yes, that is my son. My older kids can be kind of goofy together. I need my elbow to drive the cart a little more. I'm gonna read this sign over here. Fort Foster actively protected Portsmouth and Kittery coastline and harbor from 1901 to 1946. Construction began in 1897, and in 1900 the fort was named for Major General John Foster, a veteran of the Mexican-American and Civil Wars. Built in the aftermath of the Spanish-American War, the fort was initially designed to protect Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. During 1905 to 1907, the fort was garrisoned by the 124th Company, U.S. Coast Guard Artillery Corps. 1940 to 1942, the 22nd Coast Guard Auxiliary Regiment Harbor Defense. U.S. Army manned the fort with 103 men stationed here. Fortifications included assorted anti-craft weaponry for motor boat, torpedo boat defenses. Wooden remains can still be seen from the shore to Wood Island. The fort was designed to repel possible commando raids, air and land, and air defense coordinate with Portsmouth, New Hampshire forts Dearborn and Stark. Those are two other forts that we can look up. Dearborn and Stark. And overall regional coastline defense. This battery Chapin. I'm gonna look up the right way to say that. An Endicott period 3 inches reinforced concrete gun battery is named Brigadier, Brigadier General Edward Chapin. Killed in action 1863 during the Civil War. Original gun mounts can still be seen. The roof structure was where the Coincidence Ranger Finder Station was housed. During World War II, land artillery stations used CRF to accurately calibrate the distance to visible targets. In 1950, the U.S. Navy removed the earthen berm which surrounded the battery. You got your turtle. We outside again, I know. Let's go over here. This is a fort here. We are gonna go over here and see what the kids are doing. Oh, I see my little girl. Can you see her? Let's see if I can zoom into her. Oops, can't see this pole. Yeah, you can see her. Definitely smells like low tide. So from the kids down there, then Azariah and the fort up here. What? Ooh, that's a nice one.
That's a rock. These are shells.
Ooh, look at all the cool shells there are. Wow, look at those.
And that's the rock.
Do you want me to hold some of them until so you can pick more?
Yeah, sure. I like the orange one too.
I know, those are.
That was the first one.
Quite the collection.
Yeah, I found this one first.
Wow.
Then when I found this, Sean was shocked. He was like, "Whoa!"
That's so sweet. Forever together, we love you. Aww. I'm such a geek. Now I want to know all about these lighthouses. I've actually seen this lighthouse right here in a picture where a wave was going like up and over it. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine the stormy seas for that. So I'm so curious about the families behind this. It may get a little bit bumpy because you're on Azariah's stroller. I am a geek for lighthouses. I totally am a geek for lighthouses. Is anyone else a lighthouse lover? I love thinking of like who lived there. Who was the lighthouse keeper? Who was the lighthouse keeper's wife? Like, did they have children? Did they have children out on this tiny island? Yeah, it's just very intriguing. If you've never read the story, Keep the Lights Burning, Abby, that is such a sweet story. We have lots of lighthouse books because I find it really intriguing. Yeah. I mean, if they needed anything, then they needed to usually take a boat to the mainland. And how did they survive? I think it's just like another sort of like survival type stories. I will look at your shells. We were looking at our seashells. We got a new book that has a bunch of seashells in it. So it's almost like a identification type book. So we got one for rocks and one for seashells. So she's excited because a lot of those are in the book. So we're gonna check them out when we get home. Which will bring on so many more discussions of what actually lives in those seashells and who are their predators. And why do we find more shells in between rocks? And we find different shells in different waters. Yeah. I think if I go a steady pace, then I'm okay. If I go slow, then you guys get whoa wobbly. Woo, there we go. We're in the muddy. So you're coming along with us. And of course she's going through the puddle. You know, gotta learn something out of life. You know, gotta walk in muddy shoes. We're gonna go up this way. I had to get over the speed bump. We're gonna go up this way. The kids are still on the beach. We're gonna check out, there's something else up here at the top. We're gonna check that out. So this says main casement 1944 with those doors in a hill. She's sneaking up on the bird.
There's still one on the table that way.
Do you want to sneak up on the bird, Azariah? You wait. You just wait. You can sneak up on the bird soon. Yeah, maybe next year. So coming up on this hill, it's another little encampment there. This is Battery Boland, 1901. This one says. They're going up the stairs. I'm gonna walk. All right, we came up the hill. Kids are way down there. Can you see them? So we're up here, walked around that gate there. The gates are just there because they don't want people driving up there. There's a note in the front. They open them up at Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend. The bathrooms. Let's go read the sign. Battery Henry Boland was completed in 1902. In 1904 was named in honor of Brigadier General Henry Boland, who was killed during the Civil War in action in Virginia in 1862. The reinforced concrete battery reflects the Endicott period and was built with 3 9-inch M1895 disappearing guns. This was a 2-story battery with guns on the upper level and magazine below. Shells were moved from the magazine to the gun loading platform via the 2 electric shell hoists. During World War I, all 3 guns were removed in order to modify and set to France to use as railroad guns. The modifications never took place, and the guns were ultimately returned to the battery in 1920 and remounted. However, they never functioned properly after that. The number 3 gun was deemed unserviceable as of 1940. The battery was decommissioned by scrapping in 1942. In the late 1980s, the entire first story of the battery was sealed and filled with soil. Across the parking lot, the restrooms are located in the lower level of the former Mine Observation Center. There's the observation center. Here is the battery there. In case you can't see, it's starting to rain. I might head back down. Got Azrael covered with this. You got a secret little pocket in there? Yeah? I love you. Yeah.
And this one lost its stop.
Well, that's about it. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you get a chance to visit this fort, let me know. If you know any information about any of these lighthouses, I would love to hear it. So drop links or whatever in the description box. I love lighthouse stories. So if you have a special one, make sure you tell me in the comments so I can check them out too. Thanks so much. Hope you have a blessed day.